Hello everybody, Joshua here. Sorry I haven't been posting much videos in a while. Personal life, and all that. Well, guess what? I could not think of any special Halloween video to make. So, I'm just gonna do some Halloween video recommendations. Cause that was the only thing I could think of on short notice. So, the first movie on my recommendations is a movie called The Wishmaster. It's about a genie from hell called Jin or however it's pronounced. Dyslexia here, so can't blame me for saying what I'm saying. So yeah, he's a genie from hell, and he grants 3 wishes to the one who woke him. But this one's a little different. Basically, first he has to charge his, I can't remember what the little gem he has is called, but basically he has to charge that up with souls. Yes, this is why he's from hell. He's kind of like the devil. Basically he goes around, grants random people 1 wish in exchange for their soul! Yeah, and then once it's charged up, he finds the person who awoken him, grant the 3 wishes, and he will unleash his other hell-spawned kind. Or does he? So, yeah, just give that a watch, and, yeah, it's actually pretty good. It has Robert Englund in it, by the way. Not sure if I mentioned that. So, yeah, it's actually worth a good watch. Just for whatever. This next one is a sequel to the first Wishmaster movie, Wishmaster 2, Evil Never Dies. And we're just going to call him the Wishmaster, because basically that's all I can say. The Wishmaster is released again, so I guess you could tell from the first movie something didn't go as planned. He will need, this time, in order to charge his stone, I guess, he needs 1,000 souls. But he goes through different places to get these souls. And it's a little more religious, but other than that, it's still pretty badass as the first one. There's still blood and carnage everywhere. I'm not sure if I said this before in the first Wishmaster thing, but basically, whoever makes a wish, their wish may not go as specifically as they want it. So, yeah, but it's actually pretty gruesome and yet awesome at the same time. You better watch both Wishmaster 1 and 2. Watch the first one in order to get what goes on in the second one. They're both pretty awesome. I saw 3 and 4. They sucked. They do not go by the original 1 and 2. They suck. So, Wishmaster 1 and 2, watch them. Next recommendation is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Wait, does this really need a recommendation? I mean, anyone who's anyone has already seen this. And, yeah, just, if you haven't seen it, where have you been? Go see this. It will be worth your time. So, yeah. That's it. Go see it. Next one is Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. It's basically awesome in its own case. Freddy's back, but this time he's in a little mental institution where people can't sleep very well, as far as I can get. Stars the woman who plays in the show Medium, whose name I can't remember at this point either, so... But it is actually pure awesome. Freddy's awesome in this as well. So, yeah, give it a watch when you can either buy it, rent it, whatever you can do. I give that a good recommendation right there. This next one I thoroughly enjoy. It's called Ed and Eddie's Boo Ha Ha. It's a Halloween special, basically. The Eds get a map to a place called Spookyville, which hands out buckets of candy. They have to follow the clues in order to get there. However, there's a little minor problem. Well, you can call it minor if you want to. It's, basically, Ed has watched so many scary movies, it has to quote Double D, rewired his brain. So now every time he looks at a person in a normal or kitty-like costume, his brain would go nuts and just see them as something from a scary movie. I actually like it because I just love to see Ed just go batshit insane. It is just hilarious. So, but give this a watch just for the craziness it gives. It's still Halloween themed, and I appreciate what it went through to get to where it is today. Next recommendation, Beetlejuice. Michael Keaton's awesome in it. If you haven't seen it, where have you been? Go see it. That is all. As of late, I have become a Doctor Who fan, and I found a couple of episodes of Doctor Who that seemed a little Halloweenish. Now, these are just my opinions, but, the first episode I saw Halloweenish was an episode called Tooth and Claw, where the Doctor and Rose go back in time to meet Queen Victoria, and it turns out she's being hunted down by werewolves. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil so much. The Doctor and Queen Victoria up against werewolves. Yeah, that just sounds pretty cool when you think about it. So, yeah. The next Doctor Who episodes, it's actually a two-parter. First part is called Silence in the Library, where the Doctor and Donna Noble is her whole name, where they go into a future where there's a planet that's a huge-ass library, and the core is actually a hard drive. But there's something wrong with the planet and why it's abandoned, where these strange shadows appear, and if you walk through it, basically all your muscles and skin will be eaten off of your body, and basically all you'll be left is with bone and possibly some of your clothing. It just depends on how hungry these shadows are. Then the second part is called Forest of the Dead. It continues on from the first part, and you just gotta watch part 1 and part 2, because they're both pretty good in their own ways. They're awesome, actually. They're just awesome. Because how the Doctor gets through this, and what happens, and how the whole planet is involved in some way. It's just pure awesome. It's just awesome. Let's just say that. Awesome. Doctor Who is awesome. There's one more Doctor Who episode I forgot to mention that's Halloweenish. It's an episode called Blink. It sounds stupid, but it's actually very well titled. I'm not going to spoil so much. A girl goes inside an old house that somehow has these angel-like statues. They look like they're crying, but they're actually aliens, special type aliens, where if you look at them, they turn to stone. But when you turn away, well, it's not purty. But for some reason, they send you to a different time period where you live out the rest of your life dying. Or just getting old, then die. So, yeah, just watch it, and it's pretty good and scary. So, yeah. And the final recommendation is Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Basically, Freddy gets this one kid out of Springwood, but the kid doesn't remember who he is or why he left Springwood. And, of course, he goes back there with a couple other kids and apparently a Freddy's daughter. Shocking twist there. And hijinks ensue. It's actually really good, and I'm guessing from what I've seen, it must have been in 3D a lot. So, watch it, you'll enjoy it. It's kind of like the final one before Freddy vs. Jason. So, yeah. Those are my recommendations. Peace out, y'all.